Peace to the gods and goddesses. I wanted to do a quick video. Happy full moon. It's December the 13th and it's a full moon right now. So I definitely had to drop this video today. This is about taking a spiritual bath. Whenever people approach me, whether it's in person, whether it's online, what should I do for my spiritual journey? Where do I start? I highly recommend a spiritual bath. So I figure since I've told enough people about it now, I'm gonna do a video explaining to you how you can do a spiritual bath and why you should do a spiritual bath. Every day of our lives, we're dealing with different people and we're dealing with different thought forms and different energies. Our auras pick up on these things. If you're not cleansing your aura and if you're not strengthening your aura, then all of that negativity is being trapped within your aura, okay? Ladies, this is essential for my beautiful women out there, okay? We've been in relationships and a lot of times, you know, women carry on bitterness. It was a point in my journey I definitely had bitterness, okay? And I just didn't get why. So when I was on my spiritual journey, someone I met through the law of attraction introduced me into these things and it absolutely changed my life. When you're taking spiritual baths, you're cleansing yourself, you're ridding yourself of negative energies, you're ridding yourself, your womb, just your whole aura of people that you've been around, period. Past relationships, you're cleansing. There are many people out there who's trying to diet, you know, they want to take vitamins and different supplements, but they don't understand why it's not working. Well, first you have to detox, okay? So when you detox your body, now you have a clean slate to be able to put in all the nutrients so that your body can grab it, digest it, and use it to work accordingly for your body. Same thing with the spiritual bath. Especially if you are consciously seeking your spirituality and seeking knowledge of thyself, you want to start with a clean slate. So you have to get rid of all the old baggage, all the old energies, and the spiritual bath is the perfect place to start. So now I want to get into preparation for the spiritual bath. Anytime that you're doing anything spiritual, if you're a spiritual person, have you ever heard cleanliness is next to godliness? People just don't say that to say that. That is very true. Low entities are attached to dirt, to filth, to clutter. That attracts those low entities and that negative energy, okay? So this is, I'm talking spiritual bath, but you should be taking care of your whole house like this. But definitely when you do a spiritual bath, you want to make sure you clean your whole environment from top to bottom. You're doing your spiritual bath in your bathroom, make sure you're clean all, you know, all of your bath, your toilet, just like you would clean the bathroom. And then you want to make sure when you do the bath, you take out any trash, just anything that might be in there, this clutter, a hamper, you can take it out and set it outside of your bathroom until you are done with your spiritual bath. Like they say, only if the walls could talk. So you want to clean your walls from all past people who've been there. And a great solution to use, you can get a bowl of warm water, put some sea salt in it, and you can put Florida water in it. That's what I love to do for my cleansing. You don't have to. A sea salt water solution is enough. But you want to go ahead and scrub your walls and make sure you have the whole area cleansed. If you have cabinets in your bathroom, make sure everything is neat and cleaned. It's that serious, okay? Definitely, you need to make sure you clean yourself. A spiritual bath is not to take a bath to cleanse yourself. You should already be clean. Ladies, your hair should be washed. That's why I have my head wrapped up. I'll take a shower. I will clean my tub out just again one more time and then prepare the spiritual bath. Now I want to show you what you need to do your spiritual bath. Is relatively inexpensive, okay? You don't need a lot. I'm going to show you how to do a basic, potent, powerful, and essential spiritual bath. The first thing that you're going to need is your sea salt. We're not talking table salt. We're talking about sea salt. I'm going to show y'all mine up close. Pure Mediterranean sea salt. You're also going to need Florida water. This is how Florida water looks. You can get this at your local Botanica. And usually cities have a place where Spanish people shop to get things that they can't get in this country that they would be able to get in their home country. So personally for my city, I get my Florida water from La Casa Latina, okay? I knew about that just because my parents go to La Casa Latina to get food. But you can go to La Casa Latina to find this. And also in the Jamaican store next door, they also sell this Florida water as well. So you can get them from cultural shops like that. But if you cannot find Florida water that way, I'm pretty sure that you can find it online. I'm going to see if I can find this stuff on Amazon or anything like that, and I will put the links in my bio description below. You're also going to make sure need to get Epsom salt. You can just get this from your local grocery store just as well as the sea salt. And these are the 3 essential and main ingredients that you need. I also want to show you other things that I add to my spiritual baths. I like to have candles as part of my spiritual bath, which you definitely can. You can have 2, 3, however many is comfortable for you. As you can see, there's still labels on these candles. So before I have to get these ready for my spiritual bath. I haven't cleansed these candles. Anytime you're doing spiritual work, you want to make sure that you're cleansing and ridding the objects that you're using of anything that might have been attached to them. The people who created this project, who created these candles, their energy is imprinted into it, so their intentions are imprinted into this. What you want to do is cleanse their intentions and insert your own. So to do that, the first thing that you're going to do is clean the candle with your salt water solution. Okay, that's going to cleanse it. You want to take off the sticker, make sure it's all wiped down. You can, you know, I'm not going to get too far into that. That's all you need to do. There's other things you can do with your candles, but what you want to do is cleanse it. And anytime that you're cleansing, you want to be putting your intentions on it. So for my candles, of course, I would clean it. I want to attract love and light and positive energies is what I would put in, is what I will put inside of my candles. Assuming that your bathroom is already clean before you do your spiritual bath, you can use sage. You don't have to, but I love sage. I did a video about sage. I'm gonna have the link in the description below. Check it out. Sage is absolutely amazing. Okay, this removes negative energies. Scientifically, it even removes negative ions out of the atmosphere. So this is real deal stuff. But you can use this to smudge your environment really quickly just before you get into your spiritual bath. You can also incorporate crystals. I have a few crystals here from my collection. Clear quartz is always a great one. I also have carnelian. This is one of my favorite stones. If you haven't been dealing with crystals, I highly recommend this. This clears a lot of blockages. It opens the way. It gets rid of old bad habits, and it also induces creativity. It helps you to really get the ball going. You can incorporate it in your environment. You can put them around your bathtub, and it will just intensify the energy. Also, I have my yoni eggs. I have my yoni eggs right here. Ladies, I just did a video about yoni eggs. Check the video out. Check it out in the description below. I promise you, if you're a woman and you have a womb, you need to get a yoni egg. This is going to take your whole life to another level, not just your sex life, because it's not even just about that, but this is going to take you to a whole nother level. But these are just some of my yoni eggs, and as a female, you can use these during your spiritual bath. You can either insert them vaginally, or you can just put them on the side of you. You don't always have to use yoni eggs in your vagina. Now that you have your ingredients, your bath is ready, your water is running, I always like to already by that time I will have my clothes off, doors closed. I know that my daughter's not going to interrupt me. Nobody's going to interrupt me for at least 15 to 30 minutes, and I can proceed with the bath. Your water's running. It's almost to where you want it to be. That's when you start putting your 3 ingredients in there. So we have the Epsom salt, the Florida water, and the sea salt. I usually start with my Epsom salt first. You don't have to do it in this order, but I do everything in 3s. So I will take a handful of Epsom salt, and I will also, like I said, this is a ritual. This is a spiritual bath, so you want to put your intentions into everything that you're doing. When you're doing a spiritual bath, you're not just doing it to just do it. This is like a meditation, like you're focused on cleansing your aura. So I'll take, let's say, 1 handful. I say I want to get rid of all the negative people. I want to get rid of all the negative energies from around my aura. Boom. I want to get rid of all the negative tensions that anybody has ever wished. Boom. I want to get rid of any negative thought forms or beliefs that I still am holding on to. Boom. So that's just an example. That's 3 things. So I would do the Epsom salt 3 times. I would do the same thing with the sea salt, and I would have different intentions that I want to get rid of. And I will also do the same thing with the Florida water. But with the Florida water, I just, boom, drop it in 1 time, boom, again, and boom, again stating my intentions for it. Full moon has a very powerful energy, and this is when a lot of rituals and things of that nature are taking place. So you want to do a full moon on a full moon. I have a full moon app. As you can see, it's the 13th. I wanted to show y'all. I'm going to put the link to the app in the description below, but it's called Phases of the Moon. And this is a way that you can just easily keep up with the full moon so that you know for your own spiritual practices. If you're catching this video today and you're like, dang, I'm gonna miss it, do not be dismayed. You still can get the full moon energy tomorrow. So, you know, I would say don't wait no more than 2 days after or before the full moon, but you can still do it around that time, even if you don't do it on the exact day of the full moon. Okay? How often do you want to do a spiritual bath? No more than once a month. That's all you need, okay? The first time I did my spiritual bath was when I felt it the most. I literally felt like years, 10, 15 years of baggage was instantly lifted off of my life, okay? So I felt it the strongest when I first did it. You can maintain once a month. You might get to the point where you're like, well, I do it every other month. You might get to the point where you only do it 3 or 4 times a year, you know, based on your spirit. So that's just to give you a rundown, okay? The people who I have told about spiritual baths, it's just a few in real life. Anytime I see somebody's really ready to take things to the next level spiritually, then I start letting people in on what it is that I actually do. And one of the things that I always, as I say, recommend first is the spiritual bath. Everybody always calls me back, texts me, yo, absolutely amazing, I can feel it. So definitely take advantage of it if you can. Also, you can do different types of spiritual baths. You have, you know, you can do spiritual baths for love, money, success, just all kinds of things. I highly recommend as you go along on your spiritual journey, you want to do different kinds of spiritual baths, or if you know it's something that you're specifically looking to heal or attract in your life, visit occultlectures.com, okay? Brother Panic, he is a highly spiritual and metaphysical teacher. He has all kinds of concoctions of spiritual baths for everything that you need for great prices, okay? You can find a lot of great stuff on occultlectures.com. So check out occultlectures.com if you want to start doing different type of herbal spiritual baths. He has everything on his site. Shouts out to him. I hope this was helpful. If y'all have any questions about this, comment below. Feel free, because I'm definitely going to reply to your comments, especially on these types of videos. I'm always looking to help if I can. Hope this was helpful. I'm definitely going to be doing a spiritual bath tonight because it's been a while since I've done one, so I feel like it's the perfect time to do a spiritual bath. So I'm about to get ready and get prepared. Remember, know thyself and connect with that which you are. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.